Hi everyone and welcome to Uncharted 4 A Thief's End Encounters or Action Scenes Walkthrough. This is Chapter 20 or Part 14, No Escape. Let's just get right through it. Wait, jump here! See? Just jump here. Try to land in this room. Then be aware that some enemies might rush in the room or just outside it. Kill them as fast as you can. We're going right into the action here. This has to be done fast and with high accuracy, guys. You cannot really waste bullets trying to kill enemies. Aim for headshots and be fast. Stay into this room and let the grenades explode inside. They're usually not going to kill you. They're just gonna push you around and hurt you. There are two snipers on the top side. And the jump has to be aimed really well. Just watch the beginning of the video again if you need help with the jump. So there is a machine gun right here, so go and get it if you can. There we go. And just kill one or two more soldiers that are up there, and then you're gonna hear an explosion. When you hear the explosion, the second spawn of enemies are coming, and it's a big spawn. So get up here, grab these grenades, grab up something that is fast in like more than the pistol, and you're going to have to kill these rushers. See these guys? These fucking guys, see right here? Elena saved me, but you have to kill those guys. There are two of them, and both of them are gonna rush in. See? Kill them both. Those are the priority. There are two heavies coming right to this direction, so you are limited to kill the rest of the enemies. Try to dispatch as many as you can, guys. It is imperative for you to kill the rest of the enemies that are in this room. If you cannot, and you see the heavies already on your toes, use the grenades that you grabbed. Use both the three grenades and shoot him in the head. There he goes. There's one heavy. The other heavy is coming that way. See? And that's really troublesome because the heavy kills you immediately. So now it's time for the dangerous part. You have to get out of this room. Let him come to that arc and get out of this room. Just get out. Just try to get as many enemies killed as possible. This is the hardest part. Come here, kill that guy, and you just looked around and grab more grenades. So now throw the grenades at this enemy and shoot him in the head. There we go. The second is down. Jesus fucking Christ! I know that that looks like a normal. This is the third spawn, guys. Sorry, I'll continue. Grab the machine gun from the heavy and use it to kill all these enemies. Stay in this position. You're just gonna kill them all really easily with this machine gun. So grab it, kill them all, and when Elena goes over there, it's free. You can go. And it's when you go over there, you're gonna have another combat, guys. But you already got the checkpoint when you go over there. So this whole fucking first part, this three almost 4 minutes, are going to take you a long time. But don't worry about it. If you follow these instructions in this video, there are some enemies that might change position or the heavy might kill you, but keep trying with this strategy and you're going to make it. It's a solid way to move through the map. You just have to be good at aiming. So grab the grenade launcher, grab any more grenades that were left on the map, because we have a few more encounters here, and there are two grenade launcher enemies here. So it's really important that you don't die. But you have already a checkpoint in this part, I think, right? Because I didn't die. But I'm pretty sure you already have a checkpoint here. Yeah, when they let you in this, when they let you inside this place. So there is a heavy coming. Be careful. that grenade killed him, luckily. So yeah, dispatch all of these enemies. This should be as hard as the hell that you just went through in the beginning of the chapter. So just kill all of these enemies, and once you get to this part, guys, you beat the game. That's basically it. You beat crushing, because after this there are some parts that could be considered like somewhat difficult, but nothing like what you just went through. So really fucking hard. Like, imagine that same encounter, that the first encounter in this chapter, under brutal conditions. It's fucking impossible. It will be literally impossible to go through. So I repeat it. I think I said it in one of the previous parts, but I said it again. We are not going to have a brutal difficulty in this Uncharted, because it just wouldn't work. It would just plainly not work, you know. So we have to, guys. The shotgun is really good, actually. As you can see, if you shoot at a distance, the shotgun is still gonna impact and gonna kill the enemies. The shotgun is really good at a distance. What do you know, right? So there we go. When Elena talks, it's time to move. And after this part, you're gonna have another checkpoint, and you're gonna be kinda exposed in a beach. In a beach, not beach, in a beach, you know, with water. And you're going to have to kinda shoot some enemies that are going to rush you, and we're gonna see the second encounter, that is called Showdown. The third encounter, sorry. This is the second encounter. This is called Reunion. So this part is kind of hard because you are exposed in the beach, see? So throw grenades. There is a heavy there, so throw grenades. Luckily the grenades kill him. Move because of the grenades, see? I could have died there. I was lucky. So more enemies coming, another heavy. This can be hard, guys. You just have to throw grenades and aim for the head. Look at how close am I going to be from dying here. Like, look at this. I shot him so he stayed in cover, and I went for melee. If he would have decided to shoot me, I would have died. So as you can see, this encounter is a little difficult, but nowhere near, guys. Nowhere near as the ship graveyard, the thing we just got through. Nowhere near. So jump down here to trigger the new checkpoint. We're gonna have a little conversation with Sam. It's gonna be trapped in one of these ships, and now we're gonna have the encounter called Reunion. Well, we are in the encounter called Reunion, sorry. So you have a checkpoint right when I move to the crate that I'm going to move. I'm just going to cut it here. That's the checkpoint. So you can die here freely, and you just have to kill all these enemies and help Sam. So yeah. So let me give you, because we're not gonna have a long period of time in the last chapter. I'm gonna show you the end fight with the final boss, you could say that, and it's kinda really cool, really reminiscent of Uncharted 3. So I actually love the last boss in the game and the whole scene. But yeah, we're not gonna have enough time to actually tell you a lot of things, guys. So for me, you know, everybody's praising Uncharted. Everybody's giving this game 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. I don't like giving numbers, like round numbers like that, or any type of numbers, because I think that basically doesn't work. I think that someone should have a new way of pointing down systems, because a lot of people are gonna love this game, because when you think about it, the combat that this game has, for a lot of people, is just fine. It's fine. They don't need more combat than this. And when they try to go crushing, like the ship graveyard, it's gonna destroy them. It's gonna fucking destroy them if they try that. So that's reserved for the most hardcore fans of Uncharted. So for the passing fan, this is totally correct. I have aim assist disabled because there is an aim assist in the game that when you are going to aim down the sights, it automatically pinpoints the enemy, the closest enemy that you have, and you can shoot him and kill him like immediately. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the third part, the third encounter, which is called Showdown. I think this is Showdown, right? Oh no, this is Reunion. Oh, excuse me, guys. The entire previous was Ship Graveyard. We are now entering Reunion. I'm sorry, I'm just have a lot of shit in my head right now. So yeah, so just hide here and kill that RPG launcher guy that is up there, and that is your main priority here. Once he's dead, just take your time to kill the rest of the enemies. You know, and do the best you can. The checkpoint is right here though, so don't worry about it. And going back to the talking, I mean, Uncharted 4 is an amazing game. We shouldn't really calling it a bad or mediocre game. It's just not. It's a fantastic game, guys. The only troubles that I am are really particular for me, because I loved the gameplay on the previous Uncharted, and they kinda went for a more slow-paced, mature, with less combat Uncharted. You know, less combat and more exploration and more story. And these last couple of chapters have a lot of combat, don't get me wrong, but we had so many chapters that had no combat at all. Like, let me see if I can count the chapters right now. So we had, because I have everything written down here, so we had chapter 1, no combat. Chapter 3 and 4, no combat. Chapter 6, no combat. Right? Yeah. Chapter 6. I'm going to do. So yeah. Chapter 11. We are good for that. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. This is a little messy, but we're going strong here. Chapter 12 has no engagements. So 14, 15, 16, no combat. Like, once again, we have 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then we have from 20 to 22, 21, we have no combat again. So we have 7 chapters out of 22 with no combat whatsoever. Now I don't have the numbers of the other Uncharted to kind of compare that, but I don't think that, excepting the first, or maybe the first and second chapter of the previous Uncharted, we always had combat scenarios in every single chapter, like almost every single chapter. So we have 22 chapters in total, and we have 7 chapters that have no combat. None. And if I want to make this more accurately, we have some chapters, excuse me, that have only one encounter. Like, let's do this right. So the chapter number 2, which is called Infernal Place, has only one encounter, the laundry fight. Chapter 5 has 3, so that's fine. Chapter 7 has 3. The Grave of Henry Avery has 4. That's fine. So for now we have only one chapter with only one encounter. Now, chapter 13, only one encounter. Again, only one. Chapter 14, we have 2 encounters. That might be okay or not okay. But chapter 15, we have only one encounter. And it's basically like a sequence, like a set piece. Then we have chapter 17, 2 encounters only. Then we have chapter 18, 2 encounters. One of them, one of the most difficult encounters in the game. See this? Chapter 19, close to the end of the game, only one encounter. Only one. Chapter 20, 3 encounters, and these are the ones that you're seeing right here. And okay, this is the hardest part in the game. This chapter is not bad, guys. This chapter is really good. But then we have the end. We have one chapter missing, no encounters, and then we have the last chapter with only the fight with the boss, and it's a particular fight. There is no shooting or anything. There is no the Lazarevich boss fight or something like that. It's closer to a duel, like in Uncharted. I don't remember which one. Uncharted 3, when we fight the guy who had a knife, it's like that. So it's not really an encounter, guys. It's just the end of the game. So you see what I'm saying? Uncharted 4 has the least amount of encounters in any Uncharted. Uncharted 4 has the least amount of encounters in any Uncharted. Like, really. So, and on top of that, I'm kinda telling you why I don't think this is a 10/10. And on top of that, by the way, we're gonna go to Showdown. Showdown is a set piece, and I'm going to show you most of it. Show it. Yeah. And on top of that, the gameplay mechanics change. Now the enemies can shoot you through cover, which is kind of bad. You know, I said I wasn't going to bitch a lot about it, but it doesn't have to like me. Yeah. I don't really like it. I don't really like it at all. But I guess you can get through crushing without the wall cover, though. I mean, can you do it? Yes. Does it make things a lot more difficult? Does it feel like a brutal difficulty sometimes with some encounters, since you cannot get a reliable cover? Yes, definitely makes the games harder. It doesn't make it easier. But yeah, I guess that could be for the taste of people, because if you play these games, once again, I'm complaining about something that relates to crushing difficulty, especially coming from brutal, because if a lot of people didn't play brutal, imagine the whole bunch of people that play the PS3 games, never touch crushing maybe, or maybe touch crushing, but never experienced brutal, and what that difficulty represented. It was one of the toughest difficulties that I ever seen in any game. So coming from that to this is not only a lot easier, but it actually has less combat in the chapters, and it only has 3 spikes of difficulty. If you can get to the 3 spikes, you can get to crushing. So it might sound easier, and it is, but it's not the whole package. That's what I was trying to say the whole time. When you take into account everything that this game does, not only the combat, of course it's a fantastic game. It's a gorgeous game that everyone should play, because this is the top of the line here. Not in gameplay maybe, but in storytelling and in what a video game can do. Because this game does some stuff that you may have not seen in other video games. The sheer amount of quality in animations and presentation, wow, it's just an amazing game, and it's just a little ruined for me. I don't want to be bitchy about it just because I went through Brutal and I loved it, even though Brutal almost destroyed my senses and my life. I ultimately enjoyed it, and I enjoy beating it. And I was expecting Brutal here, and I didn't got it. And then I was expecting a lot more combat than this, and I didn't got it. I enjoyed the game, I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the set pieces. This set piece is really good. I enjoy everything. The characters, wow, the characters are better than ever before. The game is ultra fucking fun. Like, remember fun in video games? Remember when we had fun? This is the representation of fun, guys, because there is not a single moment when you're not doing something interesting, and you actually care about the characters, you care about what you're doing. So I just wanted to clarify that my problems with the games comes from a very personal opinion. So if I will have to say get this game, definitely get this game, guys. It's just I was disappointed in some things that I guess the more hardcore gamers out there might notice. Most of the people will not notice even. Thank you for watching, guys, and in the next part is the end of the game, and I'll see you guys there. Take care.